Okay. We have an estimation of jaw-dropping moments being over double, possibly triple what they are now. Do I reopen it or begin? Actually, this is a question. Mimsy, if it just unlocked, do I go to reopen or begin? I feel like this will go to where it was locked, right? Is that on my face? Ah! Ah, my eye! Have I ever used reopen? No. Usually when I would go to different places, the only time I'd skip to a place is for Somniums, and I would just begin the Somnium. Somnium. It's not the Somnium, whatever. Let's look at the case file real quick. Date started out over the water, overcame the guilt. Okay, Iba claimed that she would remove the dandelions growing in his head. Let's just begin it. I need to remember where we are. This is the believing Iris route. So we believe that Nyes is a thing. We believe she's everything. Everything she said is true. This is the disbelieve? Is it? Oh, okay. Sorry. This is the disbelieve.
Have you settled down?
Why did I think this is the believe? Oh wait, that's Mizuki. Yeah, you're right. Of course you're right. How do I get reassured I'm still tier 2? The only people who have access to the golden happy grenade are tier 2s.
The scene is being inspected without you.
So it's an emote.
This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable.
Again, that's her right eye, which we noticed.
Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me.
That's what it felt like.
If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school
We're not sure
student
yet,
would
Brick.
understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly.
Boobs. But.
First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation.
True.
But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained.
That
Why
cold?
is that?
To throw off the time of death? To preserve something.
To preserve something.
Yes. Let us move on to the next question.
A set! Oh, wait. I thought we were doing a
Second
word
question.
game, Mimsy. My bad.
There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was?
Naked, right eye, stabbed in the back. I mean, the fact that it was hidden... These are all weird. It is very weird that it was hidden in an engine compartment, but it was missing its right eye.
That is a unique factor. But But there was something else. Something more peculiar.
Engine, then.
The culprit was afraid that the body would be discovered, so they hid it under the hood. But why there? The ocean is right here. If they really wanted to hide the body, they could have put weights on it and sunk it into the water.
But we do not know for certain that the culprit was attempting to dispose of the body. There is something more unusual.
Yeah, why are you sitting right there? It's really weird. Oh, that wasn't even right? Covered by a cloth?
What is unnatural about that?
Isn't it strange? The culprit hid the body because they didn't want it to be found. But then they cover it with a cloth? That implies they thought that someone would eventually find it.
I explained earlier. The body may not have been hidden by the culprit. And even if they were responsible, it is not uncommon that murderers feel a sudden urge of remorse or pity for their victim.
So the cloth was a sign of pity?
I'm trying something
That
real
is a
quick.
possibility.
I'd made an apparatus to try and... Because you guys don't hear it, but I hear my roommates really easily. I made a very tall thing. I'll post it in our Discord in a little bit. I'm going to turn it the other way and see if it doesn't help.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
105.
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see.
remember
105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid. But we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question. Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
But afterward, you visited the Sagan household.
Are we gonna find
and
that Iris has a
discovered
twin
that Iris
sister
was in
or
fact
something?
Still alive. Why?
Game.
You mean...
You've got it.
It probably is. That was the one. It could have been the one we thought we saw. But we did actually see it. And instead, somebody just moved it. But...
The right eye has been forcibly removed.
It was the left eye for Shoko.
And in this branch, Renju did not die. Yet. Yeah, he died on the left branch. This one, I think he's okay. So is this like a prop? She's not that big in real life.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly. She appears to have been pregnant.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
Probably
You
so.
mean after she was killed?
No,
Ugh!
the fetus was not present in her body when she was killed.
Ugh!
She must have been killed after giving birth. The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size.
Wait. She was pregnant the whole time? No. Game? Hey, game. You gonna... Game?
This evidence makes
Ah.
one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
Which means...
Iris is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet.
So this is a look-alike.
Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife. This matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then.
Mm-hmm. So, like, it's frozen solid, so they can't, like, get to where the body was. But this person is frozen solid, was pregnant, gave birth, and then died.
Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine.
Uh-huh.
This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
10 years? She was
Yes,
killed
Mindy.
more than 10 years ago?
Exactly.
We put the Zero Escape series and Danganronpa series, and if you want to see that, all on the YouTubes. Devotedly Dragonesque, how are you?
Her identity is unknown. Her killer
10 years
is
ago,
also
though.
unknown. But there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Sunday night, we saw So here. And there is something else about So Sajima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
So killed whoever this woman is.
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
Renju and So?
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to...
So Sajima.
Mm-hmm. Hey, So, you want to know this timeline where you're chopped into pieces and put in a vase? No, it's not a threat. Not a threat. So we don't know where Iris is. That only leads we'd just be looking for her blindly. Okay. Should focus on the investigation. Okay, so right. Iris ran away because we didn't believe her. We thought she was dead, but she's not. That in mind. A lot more other things in mind.
I thought I told you. Never to show your face here again.
Well, I could put a mask on. Would that help? 89 is 40-ish. It just says in his 40s.
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman! You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago. Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two. And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary.
Uh-huh.
The same number 89 that Renju escaped with.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me, where is Renju?
Suddenly, bodyguards with guns. Yep. And then we die.
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Uh-huh.
Damn it, so!
There's nothing we can do.
For reals.
We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately.
Would we detain
Who would look
ourselves?
after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Ota?
Ah!
Calm down, Date.
Mizuki, sure. Ota?
We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think?
How are you going to recycle so many things? We already saw the signature from Enoshima. And then it played the freaking Monokuma sound, which was great. And now we're back to All Ice. You.
Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
All right, Alice. What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Old people.
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Again with this?
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time?
Mizuki Somnium. When did we see that, though? What, 3 days ago? No, 2 days ago.
That was the second time. When my body was out of commission and you went to the warehouse on your own.
Okay, sorry.
I'm talking about...
So it's 3 days ago.
3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced at Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in the Somnium world. We saw the frozen corpse of a girl.
Wait, why did Mizuki have seen that?
Question 2. Who is the girl?
How old is Mizuki? Okay, no. Consider it has been frozen 10 years. And her body her stomach wasn't done distending. So I was gonna say Mizuki's mom, but I don't think that fits. Which I would understand would then be why Renju and Shoko got a divorce, is because Renju had an affair, not just with Pewter Boy. Who was the frozen girl? Alice. At least 10
Now
years.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That girl
That's
was
fair.
probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days.
Okay.
One last thing.
I missed the at
question.
least 10 years.
In which Somnium did we see Alice?
Mizuki.
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly. You mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy.
It's
But
not.
prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. They are made from the past. Therefore...
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
there is no other explanation.
Mystery solved.
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday, Ikume Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Training.
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
Go, gadget car. I really want to be able to do that. If my car becomes like self-driving and sentient, I'm gonna call it
Did you find
Gadget.
Iris?
If I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
What are you doing here?
Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories here.
She does sound sad.
We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front? We would sit there together and talk about things. Like
Boys.
what gluten-free means, and eyelash extensions, and aerial yoga.
Aerial
And we would talk
yoga?
about all our problems together. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be here. But it looks like I was wrong.
That was a good guess. Yeah, so far, she is my favorite character. Do you know where Renju is? She would have told us.
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. That's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
So it's like Cirque
He was
du
looking
Soleil
for
stuff?
Iris.
What a long
Does
load
that mean
for
that
that
Daddy
one
is
line.
the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
She's also the strongest person in the game. She can kick her butt. Where's Ota?
I think he's searching Akihabara right now. Last time he
Akihabara.
checked in, he said he didn't have anything.
Okay. How about Alice? All
Mizuki,
ice.
I have something very important to
She's
ask.
not Egyptian this time. Told Mizuki about the frozen corpse we call Alice. Online I had around
You've
200
seen her
responses.
before,
Oh,
haven't
cool.
you? 3 days ago, I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris, Alice. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer me. Iris's life is at stake.
Yeah, we thought she was already
Huh?
going to die.
What do you mean?
I told Mizuki everything. About Renju, how Renju ran off with the assassin number 89. How 89 is connected to Sosajima. Dude, that Somnium was hard to get through because I can't stand that kind of stuff.
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
Mizuki looked down at her feet quietly. I could see agony in her face. Silence lingered. Finally, she steeled herself, lifted her head, and spoke.
Okay, I'll tell you about Alice. It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemnis Gate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me. Daddy got up, then got into his car and drove away. I had never seen him like that before. I was curious, so I followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside. I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, he left. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift and I looked under the hood myself. And then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris.
Why didn't you call the police?
What was I supposed to do? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole time?
Yeah.
Did you talk to Renju about it?
What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything.
Hey, Dad, I saw you looking at a dead body. What's
I
up with
thought
that?
As long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often the subject of somnia.
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
New corpse. Who dis? What'd you do after that?
The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't. So I went to Iris's house.
Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki?
It might, Brick. We'll check in a little bit.
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy. Or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination.
Yeah, Alice, because we still had 3 people in our personas that weren't filled in. 1, 2, 3. Does Boss have a real name in there? Because we got her real name. No, it didn't. Wait, what? 42? Dude, she's rocking it at 42. Holy cow. What's her diet? Wow. Dang. I'm impressed. About the warehouse.
I actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night, before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around some, and... I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. That's more accurate, I think.
Yeah, he didn't want somebody to find
but
it.
I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there, too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
So he runs it. How long has he managed the warehouse? So he's managing the warehouse and owns
Mizuki,
Lemniscate.
how long was he managing the warehouse?
For 18 years. That's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her.
We get a real name?
The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Freaking high school that the Renju and Shoko and
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku
Hitomi
High.
come to. Yeah.
We've known each other for 20 years now. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me.
So is that Hitomi's sister?
Monica Iwai, my best friend.
Best friend.
One of the only friends I had.
Alice is Monica.
Does that mean Hitomi
Hitomi's
isn't
friend who went to the
Iris's
same
actual
school as
mom?
her and Renju. But why?
Could be.
Monica's body was found just now. But even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monica was already dead. Iba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for questioning.
She probably helped Renju?
MPD
No.
still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it.
She helped
Contact boss. Have them bring Hitomi to Abyss.
Roger that.
Maybe now we have an entry. Oh, we do. We need an entry.